long-term marketing investment is important. Just short-term investment, short-term goals, this is not what will build brand awareness. Balance both approaches. We need to ensure there is this long-term growth and the success for the brand.
Are you content in your business? I'm Simon McMahon, and I'm on a mission to help business leaders and brand owners succeed through sharing stories, advice, and inspiration. This is the Content in Business podcast. In this episode of Content in Business, I speak to Angélique Charbonnier from Yale EMEIA, and she takes us on quite a journey through her time at the company. She talks about the importance of awareness marketing. She talks about the importance of consistency, of building reputation and trust. There's a lot of real interesting marketing advice in there, particularly for growth businesses and larger businesses. Really stick with the journey she takes you on. Great episode, really interesting. Here's the interview with Angélique. Angélique, thanks for joining us. It's great to have you on the show.
Hi, thank you.
First of all, tell us, not that we need to know too much in terms of people knowing who Yale are, but certainly, history and more kind of closer to home in terms of, your role and position and experience. Can you tell us about the business and your journey so far?
Yeah, I'm Angélique Charbonnier, so I'm working for Yale. And I'm the director and head of marketing for Yale in Europe, Middle East, Africa, and India. So for those who don't know Yale, so it's a leading security brand that protects the people, places, and things we love the most. So we have a strong brand heritage, 183 years old. Of expertise, and we secure millions of homes and businesses worldwide. So we have a wide range of products from mechanical like cylinders, padlocks, safes, etc., to more like smart products like connected alarms, connected indoor cameras, smart locks, etc. So Yale is part of ASSA ABLOY Group, which is the global leader in access solutions. So within ASSA ABLOY, Yale is the global master brand for residential market. So we have consumers as a primary target group. So what I want to highlight for Yale is that we've been from being a leader in mechanical lock to innovating connected smart locks and homes. So this transformation has been underway for several years. And lately we launched our new smart security ecosystem, which is designed to work all together, provide consumers with a great connectivity and control over their home security. So that's really important, and we take our products to market through 5 business areas. So each are focusing on delivering exceptional, customer value and deep market intimacy. So we have, as I said, 5 business areas, which are the Nordics, UK and Ireland, Central Europe, Southern Europe, and Middle East, India, Israel, and Africa. So our strategy involves driving our product innovation and solutions into these markets effectively. We leverage our market expertise, strong brand presence, and our innovative product portfolio to address the evolving needs of our customers.
I think the first thing for me is, with a business that's as old as Yale, and with such heritage and such brand awareness and wide customer base already just embedded in people's lives, front door locks, window locks, alarm systems, it is so easy to rest on those laurels, isn't it? And I think what you're saying there is that actually there's been this mindset of, no, we have to keep innovating. We isn't just hardware, mechanical. In this day and age, it's a change to electronics, it's a change to technology, it's a change to, software and cloud-based, device-based solutions, isn't it?
Yeah, we need to evolve and with consumers in mind, so following trends.
And the journey so far, and I guess probably more relevant from your journey point of view, because 183 years of journey truncated might be a stretch, but certainly from your point of view, and I think probably on this innovation side, how has that been so far? How has it been as you planned, as you expected that it would be? What's been the various challenges and changes?
Yeah, so first, I've been 8 years in this company, and it has been a great adventure, many successes, many challenges, and a lot of learnings as well. When I joined 8 years ago, the marketing activities were very limited. Budget and resources were sparse, and everything was a bit decentralized. So, like, for example, each local team, they were creating content for the brand, and there was like no or little consistency, you see. There was no process in place. There was no local teams, sharing their marketing plans and budgets. This was the first process that I implemented for Yale, was really to first for us to have a EMEA Markham plan to outline the strategy for our broader marketing activities across the regions, and then to ask the regions to also work on a local plan and on a local budget, because it was not done before. So, and then what I started to do is really centralize more and more activities. So we started with content creation, for example. And why we decided to centralize the content creation was first to really make sure we have consistency in our branding and our messaging. I mean, it's really important to be consistent. I think it's a very important point to gain trust from our consumers. And also, another reason is to be also more cost efficient in a way. So instead of multiple regions creating their own content for campaigns, we produce one single set of assets that could be localized as needed. So first question of cost. So of course we saved cost, but we also ensured a cohesive brand presence, and that was really important. So we in my team, a very limited team, because I have 3 people, and then we have all the different marketing team in the regions. But in the central marketing team for Yale, we are only 4, and I think we can be proud of everything we do when it comes to content creation. So we are in charge of content creation for new products and new partnership as well, and we have a comprehensive approach. So we want to really create campaigns, so 360-degree campaigns. And all our content cover online, web content, Amazon content, social media, also offline, we create print advertising, and also all the trade marketing assets. So it can be a POS display, so all the content you will see in store to improve the visibility of the brand, and also all the content for PR. Okay, so yeah, this is what we do in the team, and we are trying to, support the regions as much as we can to keep this cohesive brand presence. And if I may speak about PR, this is the second thing that we centralize. So we decided to centralize our PR efforts across 10 markets since 2019. So this centralization of PR coincided with the launch of our first new smart lock in 2020. You have to keep in mind that before that there was hardly like no PR done. So for a consumer brand, this can be a bit surprising, but we decided to create more noise about our products, our brand, to raise awareness of the brand with journalists as well. We decided to centralize all the PR activities for those 10 markets. So it goes from the content creation to the outreach of journalists, organizing product reviews, influencers campaigns, etc. So yeah, it's really to streamline the efforts and amplify our impact. Again, cohesive brand presence, which is really important. And I think we also achieved very good results for the company, raising awareness of our brand, the solutions, educating consumers, which is really important, and of course maintaining the position as a leader in home security. So that's something very important, for us. And I also mentioned trade marketing, and I think it's another very important topic because our goal has always been to ensure that our products are visible and accessible both online and offline. And by integrating our online and offline strategies, we've reached a wider audience and also driven more sales. So we are also supporting the regions in smart POS display, planograms, all of this to make sure we showcase our product range in the right way, and ensure a brand visibility across all our regions. Now I would like to maybe talk a bit more about the branding as well. This is something that it's very close to my heart. Because in 2020 we launched a new branding initiative. It was to reflect this shift from traditional mechanical products to like innovative smart home solutions. We needed to change our branding to meet the growing demand for smart home security solutions. And with our new branding, we aim to highlight the core values of Yale, which is the trust, approachability, personalization. The rebrand was the result of a year-long project where we collaborated with all the colleagues, marketing colleagues across the business. And we are also engaged with consumers who were using the products on a daily basis. The outcome, was a modern, fresh, bright brand identity that redefined the Yale story and also aligns with the future consumer expectations. So that was really an important project for us, and we launched this new branding when we celebrated our 180 years of trusted innovation. So that's now what we do in my team is really to be the gatekeeper of the brand. This is our, mission number one, making sure that everything is consistent and in line with our guidelines. So that's another, essential process that we have in place to make sure everything is consistent. So it was a long speech, but looking back on these 8 years of adventure with Yale, I think we can be proud of what we achieved, especially establishing all these processes for new product launch. The rebranding of Yale. So our journey has been, impressive in 8 years.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, absolute fantastic kind of whirlwind journey brought up to speed there. And I think a lot of, obviously, a huge list of positive changes that have been made. I think a few things for me, I think, obviously coming into a business, and certainly when you have a disconnect across the territories, trying to standardize and kind of, align everyone, it can sometimes be difficult. What was the reception to that? Because I've seen it done so many ways. I've seen it done badly, communicated badly. I've seen it done really effectively. Yeah, what was the general update and uptake from those regions, and what was the kind of what was your kind of tactics to make that a smooth transition?
I think at the beginning it was not that easy because we were kind of taking control of more things when it comes to marketing. So first there was maybe a bit of resistance, I would say, but then with a bit more education on why we are doing this, then I think people in the regions were more receptive. They understood the importance of being consistent for consumers. For example, to do PR, to be visible in stores. And I think all the teams in the region, they are passionate about the brand. I think we love the brand, we love what we do. And I think, without this passion, I think we would not have done everything we did. So resistance first, but then I think everyone understood why we were doing this. Also in terms of cost, it was a great achievement. And there are still some challenges when we create campaign, and then we create the campaign in English. So then in terms of the localization, sometimes it's not that easy to create a campaign for all markets in EMEA. It's very different culture, different languages. So you have to take into consideration a lot of elements when you are creating a campaign for so many countries. And we still have some challenges sometimes, like simple thing like translating a tagline, for example. In English it will sound very catchy, but in another language not at all. And then sometimes in terms of visuals, as pictures, sometimes it doesn't really reflect some culture, some countries. So it's difficult, to have, one central approach. But, we also give, I think it's important to mention that is that we give some flexibility to our market as well, to localize. And when I say localize, it's not only doing a simple translation. It's really to own the content, to maybe change some of the visuals to reflect the consumers in their markets, and maybe to highlight some features to highlight some features which are more important in one market than another. So it's I think some centralizing all of these activities is good, but we need also flexibility in the regions. That's something very important, and I think that's why it works in the end.
That was going to be my second point, actually, was, I think that a lot of the people listening will say, okay, well, that's all well and good, but there are different there are different cultures and ways, exactly what you mentioned about ways of saying things. Some things just don't make sense in some languages, how do you actually get over that? And I mean, obviously you've touched on that there. I think what's interesting, I guess, for me is particularly with these kind of products. I mean, in some countries, doors and windows are locked up some more severely than others, where they're really not, everything's kind of open and it's kind of quite fluid, and I can imagine it's not just at a language level, it's not just at a imagery level, but it's at an actual kind of cultural way of living level as well.
Yeah, exactly. Everything, it's well, we need to connect with the audience, and it's important that the regions own the campaign, like, and adapt it, and that's something crucial for the success. That's very important.
So you mentioned about the success that you've had. How are you measuring that? At a detail level. There's obviously macro numbers that you can look, and general growth and brand awareness that you can measure, but especially when you talk about the hybrid of digital and physical marketing, or online, offline. What are the kind of metrics that are really the kind of more detailed metrics that are really making that you're really taking attention of?
So I mean, we have so we are centralized when it comes to content creation, as I mentioned. When it comes to the activation, it's done within the regions. So lately we've done a big campaign, and we have done a central activation. So we were able, to set up our own strategy for the activation, our own KPIs, following, the consumer journey. This central activation has been the first of its kind, I would say. But in the long term, we will look at brand awareness in all the regions. So we are, of course, we are testing our brand awareness with consumers. So each year we are, having this report. So hopefully with all the marketing investment on the short but also long term, we hope to see good results in the brand awareness, for example. That's about it. I don't know if I answered really the question.
No, the reason I asked the question is because so many product-based companies, particularly ones that start online, selling through their own store, or even selling on Amazon, a lot of the marketing effort is a real hard drive to conversion. Because every marketing pound spent needs to be profitable, needs to have a good return on investment.
I think one of our challenge at Yale is, in the UK, very strong brand awareness, but in other markets, we don't have this brand awareness. And when you invest in brand awareness, the results are not like immediate.
Exactly.
And that's something that, maybe it's difficult to, justify such an investment sometimes. Basically, in our organization, in our business, we look at numbers, the sales generated, it needs to come fast, but it's not what it is, I think, we can do a lot of short-term activation and look at sales and so on. But I think long-term investment on the brand is very, very crucial. This is our main challenge over the last few years in some regions.
Yeah.
So,
there's three stages for me. There's the kind of conversion marketing and performance marketing when you're at that smaller stage and you're just selling the product directly and you can measure the effect of those marketing spend. And then there's a huge gap when you get to the point of, okay, now we need to drive awareness because we're selling in a supermarket or in a DIY store. And, and it's just about getting that general awareness and putting people, getting people into store. And then there's another step, and you've obviously mentioned this yourself in moving into content marketing, where you're not even asking for a sale. You're just giving advice. You're building trust. You're creating this kind of, we're here to support and here to be reputable and everything. And you're not even asking for a sale. And as you go from those, as you go through those three stages of marketing, that, like you say, that justification is it gets more and more difficult because potentially the spend gets higher as well. You want to start advertising on out of home or on TV or through all different channels, and then you want to do content which is, like I say, just not even driving a sale; it's just driving general good reputation. That can be a hard conversation to be having at a high level.
And I think we focus a lot on online activities, but actually offline is still very important. Sometimes I think we minimize offline activities, like, why do we need to be in stores? Well, still more than half of the consumers are going to stores to buy things. It depends on the market, of course, but there's still people going to stores who want to touch and feel the product, and we need to connect with those people as well. So it's again, in terms of the budget and where to spend, where to invest, I think online is super important nowadays, but we should not forget about offline. And it's difficult to also justify an investment in with offline activities, awareness is it's a long journey, a lot of investment, and not like immediate results. And in some organization, it can be a bit difficult to justify, to understand.
So, you mentioned about so many things that have gone well on the marketing side. Just staying with the marketing for a moment, and we kind of touched on a little bit of challenges there. What have you found challenging as a brand, or certainly in terms of the activity and the markets?
Well, I would say I mean, the process of, centralizing everything. I mean, this has been a journey. I mean, this has not been done in a few days. That's what I mean. It took years. The main challenge as well is the limited budget in the regions. It's good to create all this content, but if no one sees it, it's, because there is no activation in the region, then that's becoming a challenge, you see. So we are here to create nice content, connecting, with the audience and so on. But then, there is no activation in the region. So the reach is pretty limited in that case, you see. So that's another challenge. And then, brand awareness, as I mentioned. This is, something challenging in some regions. We have limited budget for that. So that's one of my main challenge since I've been with Yale. It's the brand awareness mainly, and then all the challenges. The activation itself, online activation. As I said, it's all done locally in the regions. So also it's difficult to have a central report, of everything. It's sometimes it's a bit of a disconnect, in what we do centrally and what is done in the region. That's the main challenges we faces still now as well. So
I guess that the thing is, like we said about, having to justify the activity, you need to make sure that the rest of the funnel is active, in terms of sales and marketing, like you say, activation and converting those sales in the region. Yeah, if that's where it's falling down. We always call it we say digital plumbing because we as a business we operate and do a lot of digital marketing first and foremost, but in general, just like plumbing, we call it, in terms of making sure that customers don't leak out of your funnel, making sure that you've got all those pipes connected up, the place is there, the promotion is right, pricing structure and strategy is in place, and all of that. And I've worked with teams marketing teams who are really frustrated at points because they're like, we're working hard here, we're doing great stuff, and then it's just falling down when it comes when someone actually wants to take that next step. Because exactly. Things aren't in place.
And also, maybe again to make sure people understand why long-term marketing investment is important, because we are just sometimes it's just short-term investment, short-term goals, and this is not what will build brand awareness. We need to balance both approaches, I think, and we can achieve some results, we need to ensure there is this long-term growth and the success for the brand.
So what's the ultimate vision from your point of view, in terms of where what would your perfect world look like?
Well, the ambition of Yale is to be the world's most trusted brand in home security, and we are providing our customers with a great user experience, great product, etc. But I think in today it's not only about product. I mean, it's thanks to marketing that you connect with the audience. So yeah, we have the product, we have a great ecosystem, and yeah, in the future, I think we need to really invest in a long term. So yeah, that's the ambition I have for Yale in the future, is really to carry on, this marketing effort and to invest more, and hopefully, yeah, to see more results when it comes to the sales. So yeah, that's yeah.
I mean, that's a great brief, isn't it? As a marketer, especially, it's a very big picture view, and again, it's great to have that kind of mindset. I know, obviously, just being a bigger business, that comes with it, but I think yeah, you've still got, monthly sales meetings, you've got quarterly numbers to hit, you've got sales teams who are banging on the door asking for things on a daily basis. But to have, continue to work to a big picture and sell in a big vision, I think is, fun job.
I wish everyone could have a Yale alarm, Yale camera. In every house is. Yeah.
You've appeared on Contented Business now, so I'd say the sales will be doubling overnight when this episode goes out. But now, I mean, thank you for sharing so much about, all the things you've done and the changes that have been made. It's been really, really insightful to see that. And again, real kind of example of how to do things right. I think, from what I see. So yeah, thank you so much. A final question for me is, what would be your one piece of advice that you would give to someone else in your position?
Yeah, well, I think I would like to summarize a bit what I've been talking over the last 20 minutes. But yeah, I think content is really important. And even with a limited budget, you can make a significant impact by creating an authentic and engaging content which will resonate with the audience. That's something very important. We need to be, to take into consideration all the insights. We need to be more data driven, and by understanding the audience, leveraging the social media, maintaining this consistency. As I said, it's really important to gain trust from consumers, and also prioritizing quality over quantity. I think we can really build a strong, loyal community around the brand. That's something very important. And again, it's not just about how much you spend, but how effectively you connect with the audience. So amplifying, content's reach, maximizing, the impact through, social media, email marketing, strategic partnership as well, SEO, but also all the other, offline channel, as I mentioned before. I mean, it's crucial. So, I understand that immediate results are important, but again, focusing on a long-term strategy and investment, I think it's, it's key to ensure like a sustainable growth and success. So that's my summary and advices to the people who are listening, watching. Yeah.
So basically, do everything and do it right.
Yeah, we need to do it right, but I think sometimes when the budgets are quite limited, you need to be a bit creative, but also, as I said, it's prioritizing the quality of the content, and in terms of activation, as I mentioned before, sometimes it can be challenging due to like very limited budget, but again, there's a lot of things we can do in marketing which doesn't cost as much. So I mean, that's my piece of advice. Yeah.
I champion content marketing all the time, and because of that, building trust and reputation. And I get frustrated when people don't get that and don't do that. And I think in particularly for your business, it is peace of mind. We've one of our clients is like a fire extinguisher company, and it's the same thing. The initial approach before we got involved was very much like, it's got these features and it can extinguish a fire this quickly, and other, very, very kind of features and benefits driven. And that pivot to, hang on, we're here to support your life and your lifestyle and your peace of mind and your well-being. That's why we're here. That's what our product does. And actually, to the point of putting content out there that doesn't even talk about what it does, it's about like, we care about your well-being.
Yeah, it's the emotion as well. That we need to capture, to have this emotional approach when it comes to content. We can't be like just technical, driven. So we, when we are talking about smart products, I think we still need to keep a right balance between, emotional and functional approach. I think this is key. Again, to connect with the audience, to understand them is really paramount.
And just grow that trust. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Like I say, fantastic overview of all the things you've been doing. Loads of great and I think actionable tips as well. And good to have the conversation about that scaling from, there are many listeners who, well, from all different business sizes, but certainly from a smaller business size. And they are, there's a point you get to where it's really difficult to kind of say to yourself in your head, okay, now I need to start investing in like the things like awareness and not as daily conversion driven, So it's really good to have a conversation around that. So thank you so much.
Thank you.